Something is seriously wrong in Philadelphia. A team that once looked unstoppable, that hoisted the Lombardi just months ago, now looks lost, confused, and broken. The Philadelphia Eagles offense, the same one that terrified defenses, has completely fallen apart. So what happened? How did the most talented roster in football become one of the league's biggest disappointments? Let's break it down, piece by piece, because this story isn't just about stats, it's about pride, pressure, and a fanbase demanding answers. The lights of Lincoln Financial Field used to shine with confidence, now, they flicker with frustration. 6 games into the season, the Philadelphia Eagles offense looks nothing like the powerhouse it once was. This team was supposed to be unstoppable, a returning Super Bowl champion with nearly every weapon still intact. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Saquon Barkley, and one of the most feared offensive lines in football. On paper, it looked perfect. In reality, it's been chaos. Kevin Patullo, the new offensive coordinator, stepped into massive shoes, and his lack of experience has been painfully clear. The Eagles are struggling to find rhythm, struggling to block, struggling to even look like themselves. They're 17th in points, 29th in total yards, and near the bottom of the league in third down conversions. This isn't just bad. It's shocking. Think about it, this was an offense that once bullied defenses, pushed the ball down the field, and scored almost at will. Now, they can't sustain a drive. They can't finish a game. Every week, they flash moments of greatness, one deep ball here, one strong run there, but it all fades fast. It's like watching a heavyweight champion forget how to throw a punch. And yes, there have been moments where Patullo's play design looked sharp, the deep shot to A.J. Brown against Denver, or the open touchdown route for Devonta Smith that Jalen Hurts overthrew. But those moments are rare sparks in a dark tunnel. Hurts himself hasn't looked right. The reads are slower. The timing feels off. The confidence? It's fading. He's missing throws he used to hit with ease, and it's costing the team big. Meanwhile, the offensive line, once the pride of Philadelphia, has started to crack, especially on the inside. Saquon Barkley, brought in to ignite this offense, hasn't been the problem. He's still explosive, still running hard, but when defenders are meeting him a yard after the handoff, what can he do? Last season, he averaged nearly 4 yards before contact. This year? Barely 1. That's not on Saquon. That's on the men in front of him. And then there's third down. Against the Giants, the Eagles went 1 for 9. 1 conversion. That's not just poor, that's game-breaking. When you can't extend drives, your defense never rests. And a tired, injury-depleted defense can't win you games. Right now, the Eagles' offense doesn't have an identity. They don't know who they are or what they do well. And for a franchise that built its name on toughness, discipline, and domination, that's a scary truth. But maybe, just maybe, that's what makes this story worth watching. Because sometimes a fall like this is what forces a team to rise again. Eagles fans, I need to hear from you. What's really wrong with this offense, coaching, Hurts, or the line? Drop your take in the comments, and rate your confidence in this team from 1 to 10 right now. Something feels broken in Philadelphia, not just the plays, not just the blocking, but the soul of this offense. Every drive feels like déjà vu, 3 and out, frustration, silence. For a team this talented, how can they look so lost? The answer isn't just one problem, it's a chain reaction of chaos, miscommunication, and coaching that's failing the players on the field. Let's break down exactly how the Eagles' offense went from unstoppable to unwatchable. Every great football team has a heartbeat, that rhythm, that flow, that energy that makes everything click. But right now, the Philadelphia Eagles' offense feels lifeless. Every drive ends in the same painful rhythm, punt, punt, punt. Against the Denver Broncos, the Eagles went 2 for 11 on third downs, and that number tells the whole story. Jalen Hurts, who once thrived in clutch moments, is now struggling to move the chains. Over the last 3 games, he's completed only 6 of 28 passes on third down. That's a 21% completion rate, numbers that just don't belong to a quarterback of his caliber. Something's wrong. Deeply wrong. And it's not just bad luck, defenses have figured them out. Zone coverages have become Hurts' kryptonite, and offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo hasn't found a single way to fight back. To beat the zone, you need timing, anticipation, accuracy, the confidence to throw before a receiver even makes his break. But right now, Hurts looks hesitant. He's holding the ball too long, missing the windows, and it's killing drives before they even start. Then there's the lack of adjustments. In football, great teams adapt, they evolve mid-game. You can have the best game plan in the world, but if you can't change when defenses adjust, you're finished. And that's what's happening to the Eagles. Just look at their second-half performances. Fumbles. Interceptions. Drive after drive ending in 3 and outs. 2 touchdowns in 3 games after halftime, that's it. For a team that returned 10 of 11 starters from a Super Bowl winning roster, that's not just concerning, it's shocking. Last year, the Eagles were one of the best second-half teams in football, top 2 in almost every major offensive category. This year, they've dropped all the way to the bottom. 32nd in points per drive. 32nd in scoring efficiency. A complete collapse. Lane Johnson said it best, you can game plan all you want, but once you're in the game, it's about making adjustments. That's the problem. This offense is too predictable. Defenses know when the run is coming. They know when the pass is coming. There's no surprise, no creativity, just the same script, over and over again. Even with stars like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, we're seeing frustration, missed routes, poor effort, and moments where it feels like they've simply checked out. That's not just on the players. That's culture. That's leadership. And then, there's the deep ball, the weapon that made Hurts so dangerous at Alabama, at Oklahoma, and even during the Super Bowl run. This year? It's vanished. Hurts is just 10 of 28 on throws over 10 yards. A 35% completion rate. A 4.8 passer rating. Those are backup-level numbers, and they're coming from one of the highest-paid quarterbacks in football. So what's happening here? It's not just Jalen Hurts. It's not just Patullo. It's everyone, from head coach Nick Sirianni to the offensive line, from the stars to the play caller. It's a collective failure. A team that once thrived on brotherhood, trust, and energy, now looks like a group of strangers. But here's the truth, Eagles fans, this is the kind of storm that can make or break a season. Because when everything's falling apart, the question isn't just, what's wrong? It's, who's going to fix it? Eagles Nation, it's your turn. Who deserves the blame for this offensive collapse, Hurts, Patullo, or Sirianni? Drop your answer in the comments below, and rate your faith in this coaching staff from 1 to 10 right now. At this point, the Eagles' offense doesn't just look broken, it looks lost. And when that happens, every finger starts pointing in a different direction. Players blame the scheme. Coaches blame execution. Fans blame everyone. But the truth? It starts at the top. Kevin Patullo, the man calling plays, was handpicked by Nick Sirianni. They've worked together since their Colts days, built trust through years of collaboration. So even now, when the offense is gasping for life, Sirianni stands by his guy. But loyalty in the NFL is a dangerous thing, because loyalty can blind you. Every week, the same problems repeat. Late play calls. Predictable formations. A play clock running down to 1 second. Defenses have all the time in the world to diagnose, react, and crush the play before it even starts. It's like the Eagles are walking into a fight, telegraphing every punch. Lane Johnson said it best, "We're not making the defense guess right now." That's not just a quote, that's a warning. When one of your veteran leaders says that publicly, it means frustration is boiling inside the locker room. And if that continues, it's only a matter of time before belief starts to fade. But there's one glimmer of possibility, one name buried in the background. Quarterbacks coach Scott Loeffler. He's not a household name, not a flashy hire, but he's been around the game long enough to understand what makes an offense tick. He's worked with Tom Brady at Michigan. He's called plays at Bowling Green, where his offenses were fast, unpredictable, and fearless. If there's one man inside the building who could breathe some fire into this attack, it might be him. The Eagles could make that switch, they could hand him the reins. But that's a nuclear move. Changing playcallers mid-season isn't easy. It can divide a locker room. It can fracture trust. But right now, doing nothing might be worse. Because the numbers don't lie, the Eagles are too predictable. Their play designs have gone stale. Defenses know when it's a run, when it's a screen, when it's a check down. Even the rhythm feels robotic, like they're reading from a script that everyone's already memorized. And yet, when they've gone off script, when they've spread the field, used empty formations, let Jalen Hurts see the coverage and react, that's when flashes of the old Eagles appear. Empty sets force defenses to declare their hand. They open the field, give Hurts vision, and create space for Saquon Barkley to operate. Because when Barkley runs between the tackles right now, he's running into a wall, no holes, no help, no chance. But when they get him outside, in space, where he can see daylight, everything changes. It's time for the Eagles to stop trying to play safe. This offense was built on aggression, on creativity, on fearlessness. That identity is gone, buried under cautious calls and half-speed execution. But if Sirianni and Patullo can't find it again, someone else will have to. Because right now, the Philadelphia Eagles aren't just fighting for wins. They're fighting for their identity. And in the NFL, when you lose that, you lose everything. Right now, the Eagles don't just need a new plan. They need a wake-up call. This offense has lost its fire, but it doesn't have to stay that way. You can see flashes of what it could be, when Jalen Hurts gets outside the pocket, when he keeps the ball on those RPOs, when Saquon Barkley finds space near the edge. That's when it looks alive. That's when it feels like the old Eagles again, creative, dangerous, unpredictable. The fix isn't complicated. It's about spreading the field, playing fast, and trusting your playmakers. Run more 11 personnel, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Let Hurts see the defense, let him move, let him take control. Yes, it's risky to run your quarterback more. You don't want him hurt. But right now, being too careful is what's killing this offense. Play scared in the NFL, and you lose. And here's where it gets uncomfortable, some of these receivers need to be held accountable. When Nick Sirianni preaches doing the little things that require no talent, it's not just a slogan. It's about effort. If a receiver stops running his route, if he stands still when Hurts scrambles, if he refuses to block, he shouldn't play. No exceptions. A message needs to be sent. Sit them down. Make them watch from the sideline. Because right now, there are too many plays where the effort dies before the whistle blows, and yes, that includes A.J. Brown. That's not leadership. That's not championship football. And the Eagles can't afford to carry that energy any longer. Meanwhile, the offensive line, once the pride of this team, looks broken. Landon Dickerson banged up. Lane Johnson in and out. Jordan Mailata. Not the same guy we saw last year. And Brett Toth, he's been a disaster. Every defensive coordinator sees it. The Giants did. They put Brian Burns and Abdul Carter right over him and destroyed the pocket. When your quarterback is under siege, the entire offense collapses. But there's still a way to fix it, and it starts with mixing things up. Run more plays under center. Give Barkley momentum, let him hit the line at full speed. Use play action to pull defenders out of position. Make the defense guess again. Because when you live in shotgun every snap, defenses know what's coming, and that's exactly what's happening to Philadelphia right now. Add motion. Add disguise. Add some chaos. Let Hurts take deep shots again, even if they miss. Because every throw downfield stretches the defense, and every big swing gives this offense a pulse. You can't fear failure, not when your season's on the line. The Philadelphia Eagles aren't just fighting for yards anymore. They're fighting for belief. And that starts with effort, energy, and accountability, from everyone wearing midnight green. Eagles fans, if you were Nick Sirianni, who would you bench first to send a message? Drop your answer below, and tell me what you'd change to wake this offense up before it's too late.